So over the last year, I've had the opportunity to work with all these lovely folks at LULAC Senior Center located in the Oakland community in Topeka. We have worked on a creative aging program which consists of everything from art to literature to sort of acting, performance arts, which these guys are performers in their own right. They recently have performed at TPAC. And they've done all sorts of interesting things through the year, not only with me, but through other instructors and other programs. So we decided that instead of just making little paper Christmas ornaments or something for the holidays, that we would make a gift for all of Topeka or anybody else in the world that may be watching this video. So the people who have joined us today have together, if you were to add together all of the years, numerous years of experience in the world and in different places and with many different people. Today, they're going to share with you some words of advice that they've learned over the years. They're going to share some inspiring stories, and they're even going to share their observations about Topeka when they were younger people and when it was much different than it is now. And so that is LULAC Senior Center's Christmas gift to the world 2023. And I hope you all enjoy it.
I even talk about it to my kids. I says, you can have an education and there's no more discrimination. You are allowed to go as far as possible, as far as education is concerned. I want one of you, one of my grandkids or my family, to be the president of the United States.
Yeah.
And it can happen. So if we can get up there, we can, because it wasn't possible for me in a lot of ways. My mother didn't believe in education. She would not let me go to Washburn because it was too far, and I probably won't even make it to school and just fool around. I would get married and have a bunch of kids, which I did, and I loved it. And I stress education to all my kids and my grandkids. Go to school, learn, listen, and be something when you grow up.
Oh, for one, I'm so thankful to live in the great, great city of Topeka, Kansas. I see growth, and in the growth, I see the economy going up, people working, all of the beauty, all of the stuff that is available to us who live here in Topeka and the people that visit our beautiful city. I thank God for being a daughter of an immigrant parents, that I can be here and be blessed with family and friends and the opportunity to grow and to be his hands and his feet, which is our God who created us. And that the youth that is coming up, for them to know how special they are, and that they should take advantage of everything that is available to them. And that will make our future, because they are our future, stronger, and so much joy that will come from that. And I thank you for giving us this opportunity to share. And God bless all the people at LULAC.
When I moved to Topeka, I really wasn't going to stay, but I ended up meeting my husband and getting married. So I needed to work to help pay the expenses. So I worked downtown Topeka, and it's so different now. There's stores that were there then that people have never heard of. I worked at Crosby's. I worked at Gibbs Clothing. There was other stores, Pelletiers, they're all gone. And there for a while, downtown was kind of blah. Everything went to the malls. But Topeka, it is growing now. We don't have dress shops, but we have lots of novelty stores. And it's more fun to go to downtown Topeka now.
What was your favorite place downtown to go to lunch when you worked downtown?
I went to Mar and Greens. Sometimes I go to Jupiter's and have a hot dog.
Oh, yeah. And Myron Green is a parking lot now, isn't it?
Right.
And when you worked at Crosby's, for the people that don't know about Crosby's department store, could you just describe it a little bit?
Crosby's had a downstairs and had upstairs. The upstairs sold a lot more expensive clothing. One of the unique things about Crosby's, they had something called a mezzanine. They had all the couches up there, and some ladies would just get up there and visit, gossip all day. And so I did work right by when you came in the door. They called it the casual corner. So I enjoyed my time there.
If you could see a new business open up in downtown Topeka today, what kind of business do you think would be really good to have?
I think it'd be nice to have clothing stores because people like myself who don't like to drive, if you want a clothing now, you have to go clear out to Watermaker. And so they don't have that in downtown anymore.
Yeah. There's a couple of them, but they don't have a lot of variety, do
No,
they?
right.
Thank you very much, Glenda.
Appreciate it.
Well, there's a line, I think it's from the Bhagavad Gita, and it says, "You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. Strive to be happy." And every day, if we strive to be happy, not only within ourselves, but with our area or whatever it is that we're doing, life's gonna go a whole lot easier. So, that's just it.
You have to be forgiving. I retired from 501 school district, and normally most people say, well, I'm going to teach young people. You'd be surprised at what young people will teach you. And like I've tried to express and tell other people, listen to young people. They're your future. It's not just them and everything. They have a forgiveness about them and a love and a unity that I've seen here in Topeka now. It wasn't here when I was growing up, because they don't see different races. They are together. They are one. The older people can take a few lessons from some of the younger people with their bitterness and what they think, because it's not going to work in the future. Our younger people are educated, they're bolder, they're willing to step out, they're outspoken. It's something we used to be back in the corner, our parents say don't say this or don't say that. Nowadays, younger people are older people's future. And older people, if they have any bitterness left, take a tip from the younger people, because they are our future.
In similar situations.
Don't get in the same situation I was in. When I was born, I guess I was born in Maryville, Missouri, I don't know. But they said that I was, and I was an abused child, okay? So I'm traveling with people that don't care about other people. So I'm kind of the other opposite. I love people. I like being around people. So I'm trying to train myself to care more about other people than myself. And so I think I'm succeeding in that. I do help out a lot. and more than I probably should, but I do, and I love it, you know. And I like coming to LULAC because it has changed my life completely. I'm more open now. I don't sit about and pout about a lot of things and dream about what's happened to me in my past. So I just don't, it doesn't bother me anymore. I still think about it, but it doesn't bother me too much anymore. And so I just kind of consider myself being lucky because I am here at LULAC and I love it.
My name's Joe Gonzalez, and I just born right down the street here in front of the Santa Fe tracks. Just as soon as you get over the tracks, there used to be a big building that was an office, and then they had docks there, and so moved there for most of my life. Living there, went to Lincoln Grade School, which was up the street from us, and moved that, lived there until I moved to Lake Shawnee, where my cousins and stuff lived, and Urban Renewal took our house, so we went there. I've been very lucky in my life with the family I have, and going over to play and having family time. But the most wonderful thing I ever did, or has came to me, was having my daughter. She's the proudest thing I've ever owned. And now I have a great daughter, and she's doing fine, and I'm proud of her. She just came from Indianapolis, where they had a FFA, guess it would be FFA meeting there from all over the country. The FFA people came there, and she was there. And most of my life was working at Goodyear. I was an area manager, supervisor. There in the Bambers, where you get real dirty and filthy. And you keep my clothes there so they wouldn't get dust and dirty from your clothes, and wash them once a week. It was to be about a washing machine size, and then try to wash them once and then wash them again to clean the machine out. So you get used to working with what you do, and you do what you can. So my daughters and my granddaughter are doing very well, so it makes you proud.
If you could give your granddaughter, your great-granddaughter, and even great-great-great-great-granddaughter a piece of advice that you learned in your life, what would that be?
Even though you're responsible for things, you just can't think things so seriously. You got to be lighthearted, because otherwise other people have had it worse than you did. So just do the best you can.
I'd like to see more people treat others as they want to be treated, because there's, every time you look at the paper or listen to the radio, you hear something about somebody doing something bad, and you wonder what makes people want to do that. I mean, why are they treating other people that way? My sister was telling me the other day at dinner about someone who was driving down the street, and the person behind them was tailgating them, or at least they thought they were. And that person stopped in front of them, got out of the car, had a gun, and came back. Why are you tailgating me? And the person says, well, I didn't know that I was. Anyway, I mean, why do you have a gun in the first place? But it's just scary that people can't be kinder to other people, and you have to let some things go. You can't take everything to heart.
You can't take everything to heart. That is really, really true. Do you have any memories about Topeka growing up that you'd like to share with folks?
Well, I grew up with 11 brothers and sisters. So in 1966, when the tornado went through, Dad was looking out the door and he says, "Everybody to the basement, the shops just went up." And so all of us went down to the basement except the 3 older boys who stayed up there with Dad. And then all of a sudden he said, "Hit the deck." And everybody ran to the basement because everything was going up. It broke pretty much all the windows in our house, but we had it so much better than just down the street where it took the whole house. So that's the biggest memory of Topeka.
To be kind, to be open, friendly, and, well, I'm a people person, so that's what's important to me, that people are more important than anything. That's it.